When you consider the charge that started this all, the charge that Donald Trump or his campaign was conspiring with or colluding with Russia, as I read the report, it struck me that the one person that was always being truthful about that was Donald Trump. Donald Trump was being truthful about collusion when Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell and Democrats weren't being truthful about having evidence of collusion that didn't exist. Donald Trump was being truthful when Jim Clapper and John Brennan and members of the intelligence community were accusing him of treason for colluding with Russians. Donald Trump was being truthful when Jim Comey and Andy McCabe and folks at our Justice Department weren't being truthful in verifying an unverified dossier as probable cause evidence of collusion. And Donald Trump was being truthful when the media wasn't being truthful about the certainty that Bob Mueller was going to indict Donald Trump and members of his family for conspiracy and collusion with the Russian government. So now all of those folks, Maria, that weren't being truthful, all of a sudden want to gloss over collusion. They say, we don't give a damn about collusion. We want to look at Bob Mueller's findings on possible obstruction by Donald Trump into an investigation of collusion that never should have taken place in the first place. It's borderline absurd.
Yeah, and I want to get your take on that because we've got an op-ed that I want to point to. But first, a word on the obstruction, because this is the new talking point on the left, that Robert Mueller said he didn't exonerate the president. Your reaction to now this new talking point that they're out screaming about obstruction?
Well, Maria, obstruction of justice into a collusion investigation where there is no collusion is obstruction of nothing. As a prosecutor, most prosecutors bring obstruction charges against defendants who have tried to cover up their guilt for the underlying crime. Richard Nixon faced obstruction charges for covering up his guilt relating to Watergate. Bill Clinton faced obstruction charges for his actions in the Monica Lewinsky affair. The idea that Donald Trump obstructed justice into a collusion investigation where he wasn't guilty of collusion doesn't make any sense.